So today we're going to talk about something we could all use a little more of in the classroom. Quiet. Wow, look at your class. What fun everyone is having. Wait, what about that kid? He looks like he needs something. Wonder what it could be. When it comes to children's or youth ministry, we often think that the more fun we have, well, the more fun we have. But for some students, loud, crowded, and even, yes, really fun environments can feel overwhelming. And this can lead to challenging behavior in the classroom. But when we provide a calm space for these students to visit, we can meet their needs better. Today, we're going to look at 3 things to consider before creating a quiet corner in your classroom. The first thing to ask yourself before creating your quiet corner is this: will it meet your goal? A quiet space will help in a lot of situations, but it won't be enough for others. The way to know if it's what you need is by clarifying what is the problem that you're trying to solve. For instance, are you trying to provide a break space for students with developmental disabilities like autism? Or are you trying to provide a calm area for any student in the class to use when needed? These are 2 different goals. While a calm area of the class will be helpful for both, a quiet corner cannot fully meet the needs of students with developmental disabilities in the same way that a sensory break room or resource area can. This is because a quiet corner only provides the right environment for students who are trying to avoid sensory input. You know, those who want to chill. But does not provide the right environment for students who are seeking sensory input. You know, those who like to move around and explore their senses. Both of these sensory needs are often very important for students with developmental disabilities, especially autism. Therefore, if your goal is to provide a break area for these students, then a quiet corner may not be what you're looking for. But you can check out these Wonderful Works videos to learn more about what may help instead. But if your goal is to provide an area where all students can calm down when they feel overstimulated, or a place where students can decompress or de-escalate when they're having a hard time, then a quiet corner may be just what you need. Now that you understand why you would want a quiet corner, it's time to figure out how best to put it together. Here are some more things to consider. First, look for an area in your room that is furthest away from the action, and that includes your speakers. Consider dimming the lights in the space, and make sure that the corner can be seen in full view at all times. And if it's possible, consider setting it up away from exits. This is just in case you have students who tend to run out of the room when they feel overwhelmed. Then next, you'll want to think about what you want to put in the corner. Sensory calming items such as beanbag chairs, oil and water toys, weighted blankets or stuffed animals, and noise-canceling headphones are great choices. Be sure to learn more about weighted items before use so you can provide them safely. And providing some quiet entertainment such as fidgets, books, or coloring pages can also be helpful. But you will also want to think about what you want to leave out of the corner, like super fun toys and activities that may tempt students to leave the group activities when they don't really need to. The goal is for the corner to be inviting enough to welcome students who need a short break, but not so inviting that they never want to leave. The last thing to consider when creating your corner is how do you want it to function, and how do you plan to communicate that to your volunteers and your students. Thinking this through ahead of time will help the space be successful. Some things you may want to ask yourself include: can any student use the space at any time, or do students need permission? Is there an expected time limit for the space, and if so, is there a visual timer on hand? Can more than one student use the space at a time? And if not, how do you help volunteers know how to handle more than one student wanting to use the space at once? And can students take anything out of the corner, like a fidget or headphones, and take them back to their seat, or do all the items stay in the corner at all times? How you answer these questions is up to you. What matters most is that the expectations are clear to everyone. Well, wasn't learning about quiet corners fun? I think so, but there's one more thing before you go. This week, be intentional about taking some time in your own quiet corner and spend time with God. After all, that's something that everyone needs. Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.